All right, we have multiple ways to classify chemical reactions. We're just going to take a look at another way to classify reactions. And in this case, we're going to talk about kind of what's happening with the atoms in terms of their bonding. So we can have, for example, synthesis or combination reactions. And this one, as the name implies, we're going to have simple things combine. So simple compounds combine into more complex ones. For example, we could have sodium plus chlorine combined to form sodium chloride, right? We have simple either mono or diatomic compounds forming a more complex ionic compound. Other examples could include like, calcium oxide plus carbon dioxide forming calcium carbonate. Again, we have things combining to form something else. Then we could have decomposition reactions, which are just going to be the opposite of our synthesis reactions, right? So we're going to go from something big and complex to something more simple. So for example, if we took two molecules of water, we could break them down into their constituent compounds, which is hydrogen and oxygen. Note that they're both diatomic gases. Or we could take something like potassium chlorate and break it down into potassium chloride and oxygen, right? We're taking big things and breaking them down. But we could do, instead of, building or breaking down, we could do switching of elements. So we could have what's known as a single displacement or single replacement reaction. So for example, here we have one thing replace something else. So zinc plus copper chloride will give you zinc chloride plus copper. So you can see here, zinc has displaced the copper and only one thing has been displaced. So it's called a single displacement reaction. The other form of this is the double displacement or the double replacement reaction. Either one is fine. And here we're just going to have basically two ions just switch with one another, switch partners with one another. So for example, if you have silver nitrate plus sodium chloride, go into silver chloride plus sodium nitrate. Right here we have these compounds and then these compounds. And then what you'll notice is that they'll displace one another. So now the silver and the nitrate are no longer combined with one another. Instead, they've been displaced by the other ions. Again, this is just another way of classifying reactions. It's not something that's too terribly important, in my opinion.